everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Rouslin's 3-Ball. And I've made some additions to it. Hopefully some additions that'll make some people some money, give some people some first round sweats. So we'll go over that at the end of this little video if you didn't have a chance to see it last week. So we are heading to Las Vegas, Sin City this week for the Shriners Hospital for Children Open, played at TPC Summerlin. So let's get my ugly face off the screen and jump right in. As I mentioned, it's the Shriners Hospital for Children's Open. There we go. Okay, so it's played at TPC Summerlin, and we're going to learn about a couple of those guys, as you just see. TPC Summerlin, it's a par 71, measuring just under 7,200 yards, but it's going to play even shorter than that due to the elevation. Being out in Vegas, being in the desert, so expect it to go 5 to 10% longer. It's been here for now over a decade at TPC Summerlin. TPC Summerlin came about in the mid-1990s, started playing in the video games in the early 2000s, and geez, that's how long I've seen it for. Now, I've never played it, but I feel like I know the course by the back of my head at this point of how long I've played it for. So, speaking of playing for, DraftKings, we put out $50,000, so that's what we'll be playing to win this week, and FanDuel put out $10,000 in their $9. Actually, their highest first-place prize all summer, so happy to see that. And now we're going to learn about a few of the players here. And one of them is Gary Woodland. And there's a few reasons why I put Gary Woodland on this list. And one of them we'll see in the last segment of this little video here. Woodland comes in at 10-8 on FanDuel, 9-6 on DraftKings for the week long. The strokes gained ranks last year 20th on the approach. No surprise there. An elite ball striker. Put at 130th. Recent form, 31st at the BMW Championship a couple of weeks ago to end his season. However, he's played very well here the last 2 years, coming in 18th and 10th. Does have a win out in the Waste Management Open, which is a similar desert type course. Less trouble on this course, I think, than out at TPC Scottsdale. So, Gary Woodland should set up very well here, starting his season off the reigning U.S. Open champion. Also, maybe a little soft in the betting lines as well, as we'll get to here in just a bit. Next, we're going to learn about the world traveler, the Czechoslovakian, not Czechoslovakian, just Slovakian of nature, but really from South Africa, Rory Sabbatini, looking to try and get a bid to the Olympics coming up at the end of 2020. 7,500 on DraftKings, pretty reasonable. FanDuel, 9,000. Recent form, went over to Europe, but prior to that, 46th at the BMW Championship. Did miss the cut once over in Europe. The reason why I'm putting him in is DraftKings price is significantly less than what it had been towards the end of the year last year when he was going on that great run. 85th in strokes gained on the approach and 60th on putting. So pretty balanced attack from Rory last year, having probably the best year or one of the best years of his career last year. Hopefully he'll get his year this year started off correctly. Last player we're going to learn about, as you guys know, I always like to throw one curveball in there, and that's John Oda. John Oda, 6. The DraftKings and FanDuel price are mixed up there. Yes, FanDuel is 7,000. I apologize. DraftKings is 6,400. So I apologize. There's my one mistake that you guys see in my one copy, and I apologize. Anyways, recent form is not came in the top 40 last week at the Safeway Open. Actually entered the weekend in the top 5 and struggled on Saturday. Nice little bounce back round on Sunday. But a couple of things that I wanted to bring up about John Oda. First and foremost, he is a UNLV prospect. He left early there, I believe 1 year early. But so spend some time, doesn't need to go and hit the strip and enjoy the Vegas life. You get to do that in college quite a bit. And he's playing for something. He middled in the Korn Ferry Tour last year, just couldn't find his stride. But now, back-to-back weeks where he's Monday qualified, had a chance, to make some real waves last week, and now comes to a course that he's played quite a bit. I love a little bit of John Oda this week, no doubt about it. Has got everything to play for. So now let's go into the bets and run round 1 Showdown Focus. And one of the reasons why I'm now putting this video out later is so that we can get the salaries in from round 1 and get the round 1 matchups in there. So the bets this week. Gary Woodland is he's a minus 133 versus Kevin Na. But if you go to the line matchups, which not all of them do, but some books do. If If you take Gary Woodland minus a half a stroke versus Kevin Na, you're going to get him at minus 104. And obviously, if you're betting him against Kevin Na, you expect him to win. So I'll take that bet all day long. Not bad. Last week we went 1-0-1. Harry Higgs and David Hearn pushed, where Robbie Shelton actually beat Joel Damon. So that was a good eye there. Taking the other side of a bet like that this week, as Matt Wolff is plus 124 versus Abraham Answer for round one. And, I know Answer just missed the cut last week, and maybe this has a little bit to do with OWGR, but Matt Wolff is I certainly expect to fly by the 60th ranking in the world. So I think we're getting a bit of a discount as the books try to adjust to these younger kids, Morikawa and Hovland and Wolff. And I think this is maybe a little bit of soft line, so I'll be taking advantage of that, hopefully. And then round one, Showdown Focus. I'm going to pick two guys every week for my first round leader bet and for the round one focus, Showdown Focus. And the reason is because we see a lot of the time the morning guys get off to a great start and post a number, and it's rare that an afternoon guy comes in and eclipses them or ties them. So two guys in the morning going off. Chez Reavie, 55-1 for a first round leader, $8,200. Came in last week really hot with his irons and then struggled on Sunday. Really struggled on Sunday, but other than that, he headed into the final day in the top five, had a chance to win it. So definitely like Chez Reavie. He's a good form golfer. And then Denny McCarthy, 90-1, 7,200, going off second. Not bad. We just saw a video of him a couple of weeks ago where he said he believes he's one of the best putters in the world right now, and that he'd take his putting over everybody else's. So for round one Showdown and for first round leader, that sounds right up my alley. So hopefully that gives you guys at least just a little bit of a start on the week. This is a fun week at a fun golf course. Scores should get to minus 20 or better, even with it being a par 71. So definitely interesting to know. It's a par 71 because they play the third hole, which if you do play the video games or you played the course, it's played as a par 5, but these guys play it as a par 4, like a 495 yarder. It's normally the toughest hole on the course. We see that a lot where a par 5 turns into a par 4 and then becomes one of the toughest holes from one of the easiest, but obviously that stroke matters. So hopefully you've enjoyed this edition. I'm trying to add some new things so everybody gets just a little bit more from this and hopefully a little bit of sweat. And I will try and keep track of my bets and see how we do on the show here. And always got to have full transparency, right? So come check Ben and I out here in, I'm just looking, about 3 hours for our show. And tonight we're going to be joined by the latest winner of the $8 Big GPP last week for $50K. And our boss here at Osmo, Alex Baker. So look forward to that and look forward to chatting with Ben in a bit. But until then, everybody, good luck this week and cheers.